y'all. It's Girl Boss Lena.
And Bond Girl Jessica.
And I'm Boss Babe Kealah. And you know what that means? It's Whine
Whine
Down
Down
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yes, Whine Down
Aren't you glad to be back with us? Did you miss us?
Yes. Welcome back to another episode. So I'm going to shake it up because I got my cup. Shake them up. Shake them up. Shake them.
Take it up.
Hey, y'all. All right.
Shake it up.
Okay.
Shake it up.
Now.
Uh-oh.
I'm sure in our times we have all had this happen.
Okay. I'm scared.
But what should you do when someone takes credit for your work?
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell to the no.
Okay.
No.
So I actually did have that happen to me, and I was pissed.
As you should have been.
So when I worked for the college, and there was this guy that I worked with, and I was already irritated because they had me training him, and he was making more than me simply because he had a degree and I didn't. So that already irritated me off jump.
Of course.
But then one of the bosses came to me and asked me to do this report. And so I said, okay. So I started the report. I did everything, but then I had to do another project. So I said, hey, can you just finish this out? I just need you to put this information that I had already looked up. I need you to put this information in there. So he put the information in, submitted it. They gave him a huge shout out. Company-wide, everybody saw. Gave him a huge shout out. Thank you for all your hard work. We were able to blah, 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 blah. And I was like, waiting for him to correct them. No, he took it, smiling. Oh, I said, now, look at here. I know good and doggone well, you know that I'm the one that did all that work. And I literally just asked you to plug some information in that I researched, mind you. I came up with the format. I did everything. And you literally gonna sit there and let them give you all the credit, and you're not even gonna give me an honorable mention, nothing?
Right.
Girl. He was like, well, I mean, I didn't know what to say. I said, you better say something.
All you had to do was say it wasn't me.
It was a joint effort. I mean, even if you wanted to try to smooth it, you know.
Me personally, I would have said something like, oh, thank you so much. But really, honestly, Kealah did the bulk of it. I just came in at the last minute and did this portion. But, you know, just something like, but you didn't mention me at all.
Exactly. Look at Jessica.
Yeah, literally, the truth. Oh my God, that's such a novel concept. The truth. So that my trust issues with working with people.
Yes.
Because now I'm like, you're not going to get credit for nothing. Now I'm stamping my name over everything. Oh, and by the way, so-and-so, I handed this to so-and-so to ask them to finish. I'm asking them to specifically do this portion of it. Like, don't play with me.
Yeah,
I was so upset of the dishonesty.
No, I have not had anybody blatantly try to take credit for something that I've done necessarily. It's been more, and I know I plugged a lot last episode, so I'm not trying to plug, but what I'm trying to say is sometimes when you're doing a good thing, people want to jump on your bandwagon and ride those coattails. So I've had to kick people off, like left and right, check them, so they don't ride and take over and really benefit from what I worked hard in doing. I've had, somebody try to, we've discussed this privately, somebody try to, trademark infringement going on with my stuff. I've had people try to take over, different events, just on different levels, try to use my platform for their gain. You know what I mean? And I even had story time. So back before my current logo was a little bag, Okay. It was a location symbol, like the little upside down teardrop. And it had a little storefront in it that looked like a pop-up shop with a little awning. And so that was my company logo. And I moved on from that just because it wasn't really indicative of what I was doing and wasn't as streamlined or whatever. So I had somebody actually come right behind me and scoop that logo up and actually use that logo. And it was a big Facebook group. And this gentleman wanted to have a meeting with me, and I granted him a meeting. And what he wanted to do was utilize my platform to shout out and introduce his business. But then when I'm just like, well, what about me using your platform to shout out? He's like, oh, well, we can do it on your platform too. And I'm like, well, why am I shouting out to my own people? If we're going to cross modulate, I need to shout out to yours too. It was like you know what I mean? He was totally trying to, and I was like, no, this isn't going to work for me. Do you know he found himself another Lena? He went and found another little girl that looked almost, light skin. At the long time, I had long ponytail hair, curly hair, long ponytail hair, some little young girl. Do you know this little hussy had the nerve to DM me talking about, oh my God, we're so much alike. I've watched your shows and your podcast, and I watched and oh my God, we're so alike. I was like, delete, desist, block, whatever. I'm like, this dude is crazy. And then they stole that old logo that I let go. And I was like,
weird.
Isn't that totally like, so I have had people steal stuff or try to, do stuff after I've done it, like in my area doing this event that I mentioned so shamelessly last episode, right. No, but I'm not saying the name. I'm not saying it. I'm quiet because I'm not trying to monopolize, but I actually have had now people almost identically doing the stuff that I'm doing. And I'm just like, can y'all get a new damn idea? Can y'all stop being like, get
ridiculous.
I know that it's supposed to be a form of flattery. People try to imitate you and, oh, you got a good thing going. They're going to try to imitate you. My dad always used to say, Holmesy, I used to say, often imitated, never duplicated. And I know that because they're never going to be able to do it like me. I'm always X amount of steps ahead of them. But it just feels like, well, damn, can you pick somebody else to totally rip off? You actually going to totally use a logo that I just what the? Like, no shame in the game, And I'm like, so... Yeah. Not taking credit, but trying to use or piggyback off of something. Definitely have had that. And it's usually guys. And it's mostly guys that do it to me. I get a lot.
I don't know why. Why is it a man thing to do that?
Try to hostile takeover? I'm like,
yeah, literally.
No.
Well, the kid that did that to me, I was like, bro.
Yeah. No. What about you, Jess? Have you had any
I'm trying to think. I remember
snatchers.
This one situation I had when I was new, when I was first like freelancing and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It was a group of us. We were writing all these articles and all that great stuff. And it was just like all of a sudden we couldn't hear from like the editors and stuff. Nobody could get in touch with them. Nobody could figure out what happened. We were talking to each other trying to figure out
right.
And then they're like, oh, well, I think we're going to move in a different direction. And so it's like they tried to fire all of us and then take the credit for the articles away.
And use the articles that you guys had written.
So, we had a bit of a fight there, which we won,
Right.
But
yeah.
Hell
yeah.
They tried, it didn't really make sense. So that's one instance. And then, of course, sometimes people try to copy certain things because, I have my group, Bond Small Business Group.
Woo!
And it was this other group in another town. They were doing something slightly similar, but we served different audiences. I
Right.
don't think they understood that, but I already did my research because that's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
So they were
Hello.
like, "Oh yeah, we want a partner. We want to
That's
work
what a
with
good
you."
business consultant does, Jessica, right?
Right. Right.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so,
She knows her stuff, y'all. She researches before she
yes.
makes moves. She'll research your stuff too.
And so they came to one of our events and they were like, "Yeah, we want to work with you. We'll see what you have going on." And I'm thinking like, okay, yeah, we can kind of partner, we can,
Collaborate, right.
yeah, but really they were just trying to see what we were doing to just see if we were competition or whatever the case may
They
be.
were
Secret shopping to the late
eavesdropping.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then
Trying
at
to
the
secret shop.
time,
Infiltrators.
right, and at the time I could tell they were like, "Oh yeah, this, that, and the third." But
Did you
now,
have them sign an NDA?
no. But it wasn't nothing that it was just the event they came to was for mentorship. It was like a mentorship event
Right,
and nothing special. But
right.
I think they thought we weren't gonna last. So then now where we're 8 years in, they're looking at us like, oh shoot,
My
we
girl
should
got
have paid attention because we
longevity.
have some of their members now.
And she took
So
big folks.
so
Well,
you
when you
know,
have a business model based on taking from
Bull
others,
caca, right. Shady
you're
dealing.
not going to last because you're not doing your own
Yeah.
research to last.
right, exactly. So
You're gonna have when that person no longer serves your purpose or they catch on to your BS, you're gonna have to find somebody else and hop on somebody else's
Well,
coat.
you're only ripping off the final stages. You're not ripping off the thought process.
True.
exactly.
You know, you're ripping off the results, but you don't even know how you got the
How
results.
you got there.
Right. And a lot of people do that type of stuff because they'll see stuff and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I can do that too." No, you can't get
Because you don't know what it
No,
took
you
to get
can't.
there. You
No,
are absolutely right about that. Woo!
you
It
don't
takes a lot.
know what I know.
right.
They don't know what you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know off camera, Kealah and I have had discussions where people have been, she's a travel agent. People have been like, oh, I'll just look it up on Expedia. I just look at, well, then you go on ahead and do that then. And
Mm-hmm.
when you staying at some little bait and switch hotel with who knows what, then you
Right.
should have
That's on
talked to
you.
Kealah,
You
right?
can't call her then.
Right? Because you already stuck. I'm just
And you
saying.
don't get the same responses that we get. That's just the
Right.
crazy part about. I mean, yeah,
But
literally.
so you're supposed to heed, you know what I mean? And do your own research. Do what you
And you
Moral
don't
of the
have to
story:
reinvent the
don't be
wheel.
stealing people's stuff
like
because
for
you have
real though.
no idea.
Right. Because
You
you don't
really
have to reinvent the wheel, but just make it your own, you know? Because ain't
there's
nothing
so
wrong with
much
careless
out
thinking.
there.
Yeah, do it yourself.
I mean, and even if you don't want to totally do it like semi homemade, like I make my dinner sometime with like Kealah's favorite Chatty Cathy, Chat GPT. Tell them, hey, I like this idea. Rephrase this for me in a different tone. You know what I mean? Or, add this into the mix, make it my own, whatever but don't.
But the thing about it is it's still, even with using, as I love my little Chatty Cathy, the ideas are still mine.
Idea, yeah.
I'm programming it with my thoughts and my and my ideas of what I want, right? And so that is the point. You can't just come in at the end of somebody's process and try to steal it because you don't know what you're doing.
What they're doing, yeah.
And you don't know what the next step is because as a business owner, you always have a next step. How are you going to grow it? How it's going to function? If this happens, then what?
Right.
If that happens, then what? That's the research that goes in behind it. But if you don't have those key elements that keep you just stealing stuff and you don't even know what you're stealing.
No, why?
It's not gold to you. You don't have the secret sauce.
And God forbid somebody comes back and asks you, like a client, like a real client wants to book you and comes back and asks you about A, B, and C, and you can't answer them because you don't know, because you didn't write it, you don't have the certifications,
you don't know how to get there.
What else?
You don't know how you got there.
all of that, you know what I mean, then you wind up looking like Jackass Bob. And there goes your credibility right
and
on out.
trust.
Oh,
Speaking
all
of trust, okay, this is gonna be completely off topic, but speaking of trust,
that's okay. We do this a lot.
What y'all think about the whole Southwest thing and them not being able to fly them 2 bags for free now? Because that's been the talk of the town. Any thoughts?
I feel like they're trying to jump on the money train like everybody else. Most people fly Southwest because the bags fly for free. That is what makes them different from everybody else. Now they're going to be just like everybody. There's nothing else that's going to differentiate them. Do they have better cart food service? Do they even serve it?
Girl, we still finna get them peanuts, and you know it.
Well, I'm just saying, do they even
peanuts and pretzels
charge you $8 for a damn bottle of water? Right? Are the seats about to be even tighter and you can't move but an inch? You know what I mean? Like, what else can they, what are they going to give us? Are they giving us free Wi-Fi and stuff like Delta? Are we actually going to have little screens on our seats like Delta does? Delta's a little more expensive, but you can watch movies for free.
Oh, no, you can watch movies on Southwest, but you're going to do it on your own device.
Oh no, I'm talking about on your phone. But no, I'm talking about on the actual headrest.
No, I know what you're talking about. I was just saying you can watch the movies, but it's gonna be on your own. It's
no, I'm talking. Yes, exactly.
BYOD. Bring your own device.
But right. So now you got to fight. You got 2 kids fighting between your damn cell phone, and you can't watch shit because these little bastards over here got to watch something to be quiet and not disturb everybody else around them. Right.
I think it's so crazy. I'm like, why would you change something that's set you apart in the industry for so long? And the backlash of it all, like
that's like Popeye's so chicken not focusing on chicken anymore. Popeye,
we about to bring in shrimp and some lobster.
And we're only gonna do seafood.
And tofu.
That's all we're gonna do. We're not gonna do chicken anymore.
Yeah, we're gonna have tofu chicken from now on.
Right, we're gonna have vegan chicken, right? I mean, like to make a switch like that already you're known for.
It's very tone deaf, and they forgot where they came from, and they weren't thinking about their customers.
No, I heard that they got they were like a hedge fund invested into them, like 500 million or something like that, or it was like a huge chunk of money that a hedge fund invested into them. I want to say last year, and so they're kind of the ones that are calling the shots on this. Is from what I read.
So all that's going to do,
so it is about money.
They're going to see their customer base drop,
their points dropped. Their point structure was restructured as well. I think.
Oh wow!
Like 60s. I'm trying to remember the exact facts, but so I won't speak on it because I can't remember exactly what the numbers were. But it restructured it. It restructured the points and how you can spend them too and their value. But now, like, if you are like, flying business class or whatever you're flying with them, like you can get your you can still use your points, or you can still fly bags for free and things like that.
It just still sounds like a money grab.
It is a money grab.
But sometimes you gotta, yes, when you're in a pinch and it's between this airline, this line, and this airline, yes, Southwest is probably still going to be the least expensive. So is that what they're banking on? Pigeonholing people? But and by raising those prices, you're still prices are still going to be higher. They're going to have to make up for people not coming and running to them because of the bag thing. So they're going to have to raise their prices. That's going to be the caveat. They're going to have to raise their prices, which makes them comparable to everybody else. So now what sets them apart?
I know Spirit and Frontier are probably sitting back like, yes, let's go.
And it's just, to me, it's just bad timing.
Oh, that too. Planes falling out the sky. Planes setting on fire, turning around, people being fired at the FAA that is supposed to protect the, just all, you name it. It's not
you want me to pay more and risk my life?
There was a plane crash. Was it last week or a couple of days ago? Well, it wasn't a crash. Something happened and people were having to walk out. They were like, it was a fire, and then people were like having to go on the wing of the airplane.
Oh, they said the mistake was people trying to take their carry-ons with them or something like that. I saw on the news. I'm like, you know what?
I don't know.
It's like
it's a little.
We become so desensitized to a lot of this. I know we're totally off topic, but we become
no, we're not. We're on topic because here's the thing. This is what I feel like. I feel like Southwest stole an idea that was bad. That didn't go with their branding and who they are and why people like them. So this is why you don't steal other people's ideas. But continue.
Oh yeah, that's a total that's a
that's it in a nutshell.
It's a reverse stealage, yes. Like in a good way stealage, in a bad way stealage. Yeah, they should have thought for their own selves for this thing.
And I feel bad for the little presidente of the company out there trying to like, make it work. He's trying to Tim Gunn it, make it work.
Yeah,
I feel like somebody like Tim Gunn must have told him to get out there and make it work. And he's like, but I don't agree with this. Make it work. So now he's out there like, you guys ever see that Michael Jackson thing where he was trying to sell the fact that he loved tours? I love touring. And he was like, why y'all want me to lie like this? I can't stand touring. It's like hell.
No.
That is old boy. I love touring. Yeah, I like it. We're doing this for the people. No, you're not. No, you're not. Let's tell the truth here. The truth shall set you free. I can't even talk it. The truth shall set you free. There you go.
It's a tongue twister.
It is a tongue twister. Try saying that 10 times. The truth shall set you free. I can't do it. My tongue is.
So yes.
Welcome to Whine Down Wednesday, y'all.
Ideas. I'm like, stealing ideas. Yeah, no bueno. Don't do it.
Stealing credit.
Saying it was yours when you didn't do ish for it.
That part.
Don't do it.
It'll lead you to a disaster like Southwest is headed towards right now. Just saying.
Their bottom line is about to plummet.
Hopefully they can pull up from this. I really do.
What are they gonna give you for free?
Them peanuts, girl.
That little stanky ass bag peanuts don't mean peanuts.
They be handing out. No,
like they're gold. Like it's no. I
think they have Ghirardellos too. Don't they have some Ghirardellos? Them little Chex Mix things that they be handing out.
Oh, that's my shit. I
can't remember if it was with them or American.
But I've only ever seen that on the airline for paid stuff. So
and them Bischoff cookies, man. Woo! I love you cookies.
Are we frozen?
Yes, you're frozen. In a thoughtful position.
We could caught her, look at me.
He's like, you were frozen like this the whole time.
Wait till you hear the thing, because I was like, are you there? Are you frozen?
I know, I answered you.
Oh, could you? I couldn't hear you.
You're frozen. We're not frozen.
That's funny.
I think that calls it for this episode. We've gotten off topic.
Yet again. Are you surprised?
No, because that's what we do every episode, which is great because guess what? We have fun.
Like Kealah
we like to party.
Oh, I was gonna say, like Kealah says, our episodes are like a box of chocolates. You never know.
You never know what you're gonna get. Okay.
You didn't do it in the voice.
Whine Down Wednesday, like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Mom always said.
That's it, girls.
All right, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.